Hi, everybody. I'm Mel Doerr, the Aloha Shirt Psychic. I've got Linda G in the house today. We might have to cut a little bit short because I'm working today and Linda's got things to do. So for those of you who say I don't have an Aloha shirt, yes, I do. This is my long sleeve Aloha shirt. So
It looks nice on you.
thank you. It's the only long sleeve Aloha shirt I have. So, and then Linda, you and I are going to do a live tonight as well on another show, right?
Yeah.
Heart and Centered, I think, isn't it? All
Yeah.
right. So I've got some questions. Are we ready?
Yep.
I just kind of want to start out with there's an appeals court hearing arguments over Trump's gag order because
I've been listening to that when I can, on and off.
and I'm saying, Trump will appeal everything, but the arguments they're using won't hold water. So I just asked my guys if he would be successful in the appeal, and I got absolutely not. So
I got no too.
Oh, good. Yay. And then I heard there's something in Arkansas that the court appointed judge by Trump kind of withheld, or I don't know, did something about voting rights, but I think it'll go to the Supreme Court. And I see voting rights upheld at some point. So
oh yeah, I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, I did. Okay. So let's get started, shall we?
Okay.
All righty. Laura Wright says Mike Johnson and the GOP. When I say his name, I get like an intense say Achira, like indigestion.
Yeah.
Mike Johnson, the GOP are releasing 90 hours of the J6 tapes to the public. Idiots. Trump and MTG are thrilled and praising the move because they say it will show the truth. Really? Won't people see it was a brutal insurrection? What will the reaction be from Americans?
It's a nothing burger.
Exactly. I mean, who's going to watch 90 hours of it anyway?
Yeah, it's a nothing burger. I'm going to tell you, I looked at this earlier. It's mostly awful things. And some people are seeing people that were never arrested or their name wasn't out there and they're identifying them. So they're going to wish they hadn't done that.
When you said a nothing burger, I thought they better be careful because it's going to bite them in the butt.
Yeah.
You're right about that. I mean, it's not going to change Trump's MAGA base, but for the rest of us, we'll be like, what does it take?
Yeah.
It's politically motivated. And who do you think's behind it? Trump is. Because he still thinks he's running the house.
They're mad at Johnson though for okaying budget using the Democrats. They hate that when that happens. They want the whole thing to burn down.
Well, because they want to create chaos and all of that stuff. And you know what? It's not going to work.
Right.
I mean, they keep putting nails in their coffin. They just don't realize it. A lot of deception going on in that party, a lot of backbiting. I pulled the Seven of Swords. A lot of a lot of deceit and all that stuff.
Right.
Okay. Deborah Hall says, hello, Linda and Mel. Hi, Deborah. Thank you for all you both do for us. Do you think Putin is dead? No, I don't.
No, but he's real bad.
He's sick. He's got a lot of heart damage. He hasn't been seen in a month.
Since they announced that heart attack, right?
Well, they did, but then they said it wasn't true or something. I don't know.
Yeah, well, they always say it's not true.
Right. He was seen in Russia a couple of weeks ago, and I'm sorry, there was a celebration in Russia a couple of weeks ago. There was a no-show. All right. He's still alive, but he's got major heart damage,
I think. Okay. Sorry, I bent my knee in it. I got
that
sort of shock.
I was like, ooh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, my knee. I just bent it is all. And something happened and it went right up through my spine.
Girlfriend.
I'm sorry. I'm so obvious. I was like, whoa. And then now it's gone.
I saw it on your face. I'm like, oh my God.
All I did was move my foot, which bent my knee, and I went, ow.
I was talking about Putin's heart attack, and I saw that look of pain on your face. I think,
is she reliving this heart attack?
Yeah, right. It scared me for a minute. Okay. Joanne Clark says, hi guys, do you see an end of the talcum powder suit coming in 2024? It's been going on 12 years.
The
I'm-
what?
The talcum powder that people use that causes ovarian cancer.
Yes,
And there's
the
also
baby one.
lawsuits, and it's been going on 12 years. And so I think it might be 2025 before it's finally settled.
I do see it settled, but yeah, it's like 2025.
And everybody, please send healing energy to my friend Lisa. She had ovarian cancer. She used that product. And they just found some lymph nodes in the abdomen. So please, everybody, send her healing energy.
Okay.
All right. Michelle Bolden says, hello, Mel and Miss Linda. Miss Linda, I love it. She forgot the auntie in front of Mel.
Yeah.
Okay. Much love to you both. What is going to happen to the Israeli ship that's been hijacked? I don't even know when it been hijacked.
And it's who hijacked it.
I don't know, but
I never even heard of this.
I see it returned.
Yeah. Is it like somebody in the pirates in Africa that took it?
I don't know. I didn't look. I'll have to check it out. But I see.
I've never heard of this.
No, I didn't either. Okay, but we'll check it out for you.
We'll check it out.
Okay. Deanna Benetti says, thank you, love you guys together. Thank you. A Russian general and his wife that disagreed with Putin was found dead with his wife. Does Putin have a dead man switch for others that he didn't like? I don't get
Yeah, he always does.
right.
This was him. He killed them.
Correct. He killed them. Yeah.
Yeah.
He pushed them out of first floor window.
As long as you disagree with him, he'll kill you. That's what Biden. That's what Trump would like to do.
Exactly. He would love it, but it's not going to work.
Right.
Of course, Putin had him killed.
Right.
And he'll say it was natural causes. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, everybody in Russia kind of knows that, right? Okay. Kuzman, I think. Hi, Mel and Linda. Love what you do. Thank you.
Thank you.
For some reason, I can't wear smart watches because they malfunction or the battery drains very quickly. Any idea why this happens? Sometimes it happens with my phone.
She puts off a lot of energy.
You know, as a psychic, I used to hold people's watches years ago and they would stop, believe it or not.
Wow.
And like my cell phones, anything electronic with me always goes haywire. I mean, it's like, I'm sure you probably have that problem too, Linda, right?
Well, I don't have a what you call watch because I don't like them. I think they're ugly.
Well, I don't have that kind of watch, but anything like electronic, like my cell phone or my laptop or electronic things just sometimes go haywire around me.
Yeah. Yeah. When we're putting out a lot of energy, it'll do that.
Okay.
But I know more than one person that said that their Apple Watch gets all messed up.
Yeah. Okay. Tracy Blair. Actually, this is a good question, Tracy. They're all good questions, but thank you, Tracy. Hi, Mel and Linda. Does Congress feel guilty about voting Santos out, knowing that most of them on the Supreme Court are hiding something too? Well, I think they kind of used him. I think they voted him out because they had no choice.
I didn't know he was voted out. When did that happen?
I don't know, but they still don't.
They're going to put up a vote. I don't know when. I think it's after Thanksgiving.
I still see him out.
Yeah.
But actually, like if they vote him out, my guides are telling me it takes attention away from them.
Oh, I see what you're saying. It's interesting though. They're really angry at him and they're really saying you need to go, which is interesting because they backed up anybody.
That's right. That's right.
So
maybe atop the list of their, hear this bell here. I'll show you. I finally will reveal it. This is my infamous BS bell. And I think
Ding,
probably,
ding, ding, ding.
I think probably he topped the list of their BS meters, what I think.
Oh, this poor guy. He just, and you know, I've met people like this in my life. I don't know about you, that are just straight up liars.
Oh, yeah,
They lie about everything. And look at you with that look like, what do you mean I'm lying?
exactly. Well, Donald Trump, right? I mean,
Mhm.
and it's funny they got rid of Santos because he lied about everything, but yet they put up with Trump, who lied about more.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think they,
So funny you're saying they got rid of him because they haven't done that yet officially.
okay. Yeah, I don't know that was what the question says, but
Yeah.
I don't think so. But I see him gone.
Yeah, he'll go.
I think they're doing it to take attention off of them, but there's going to be a lot more that's going to come out about some of those politicians that weren't on the up and up.
Right.
Okay. Hi, what will the department that's investigating the PPP money's going to find? And the members of Congress should be concerned.
Okay. Repeat that.
What will the department that's investigating the PPP money's going to find? Any members of Congress should
Oh,
they?
yeah. Loads of them,
Oh,
including that guy, Mark Wayne or whatever his name is. The
Hmm.
one that's the wrestler that acts like he's a
yeah,
bigwig.
yeah.
He kind of got like $100 million.
Wow.
I
Well,
think they made him pay it back. I don't know, but a
well,
lot of these people got a lot of money, including Jared.
oh, yeah.
Yeah,
lot of
they all got money they didn't deserve.
And a
It
lot
was
of
like a fest. They couldn't get in there fast enough.
that was fraud.
I know.
I see investigation, they have to pay it back. But let's say we rob a bank and we pay the money back, we're still guilty of robbing the
They're still
bank.
guilty of robbing the bank. Yeah.
That doesn't exonerate them from the crime of fraud.
Yeah, that's what Trump's trying to use now with this New York thing. Well, I paid everything back, and they're saying it doesn't matter.
It
You still
doesn't
committed
matter.
the
You still
crime.
committed the crime. And that's going to be the new argument for everything, but it's not going to work.
Yeah.
My guides tell me. Okay. Rob 1548 says, hi, Mel and Linda. I agree with Mel, yay, thank you, that Westmore would be a phenomenal presidential candidate. Westmore will be president one day. There's another person I have grown to love, and that is Abigail Spanberger. She was a U.S. Representative Democrat in Loudoun County, Virginia. She has announced she will run for governor, yay. Do you see her winning the governor race? And do you see her perhaps running mate for Westmore? She's fabulous. You know, Rob, when you asked that question, I got cold chills.
So that's your psychic light bulb.
That's my psychic light bulb. And at some point, I do see her running with somebody for vice president. And whoever it is will win.
Okay. Okay.
But I don't know much about Abigail, but now I'm going to look her up. But I'm just, my light bulb is going, yes, yes, yes. She said she's going to run for governor. What are you picking up on her running for governor?
I think she'll win.
So do I. I like her energy. I've never really looked into her, but I'm going to. But when I look into her energy, it feels phenomenal.
Yeah, I feel like she's really good at what she does.
And then somebody else asked, Carol says, will there be a look-see into states trying to privatize public schools? And the answer to that is yes.
Okay.
Because it's unfair.
Yeah, they're not going to do it.
Charter schools.
There's so many things getting ready to fall to the wayside, and it's all because of women's rights.
Right. And all because of the BS TV put out there. Okay. Okay. Angie Ortiz asked, but we can't really give medical advice. But she says she's having a biopsy in her thyroid on Wednesday. Thyroid cancer runs in my family. My mom and two sisters have it. Will I be okay? I can't really give medical advice and say it is, it isn't, but I'm hearing whatever it is, they'll get it all out. That's what I hear.
Okay, that's good. I feel like she'll be okay.
So do I. Okay. Lisa, Liza Keck says, thank you both for keeping us calm. Yeah, well, we sometimes have a hard time keeping us calm. But
Right.
my question is, there is a rumor that Social Security and disability will get an increase to catch up all the years they didn't recognize the national cost of living. 63% was what I heard, hopefully come true. Your thoughts? I don't think it's going to be 63%. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah, no, it's not.
I mean, it'll be a percentage, but I don't think. Okay. Yvonne Drawhan, I think. Hi, Mel and Linda. What has happened to Lindsey Graham? I think he's.
What else will happen?
No, what has happened to Lindsey Graham? I see him going like this, running. He's running scared.
Well, they were laughing about him because, you know, Trump at a big rally said that he's not into golden showers. and Lindsay said, oh, well, there goes that Christmas present idea. But Lindsey Graham is much ado about nothing. It's very sad for him.
Yeah, well, he's a chameleon.
I don't see handcuffs and all that, but I see that, you know.
Oh, he's going to fall huge.
He's so disappointing.
I know. So many of them are.
Yeah.
Funny. I almost choked. That was hysterical.
But well, honest to God, if you Google it, you'll find it.
There goes a Christmas gift.
There goes my Christmas gift.
Oh, wow. Okay. This one doesn't have a name. It just says 1567306. I don't know. Who will be VP when Kamala takes over the presidency? I don't know if she will, but
she will. She will, not necessarily because Biden is dead, but he might, you know, suffer something and say she needs to take over. I think Pete Buttigieg might be her VP.
I keep seeing him as at one point even president. But you know, you and I have both said all along that at some point he would be as high up as a vice president.
Yeah.
Yay. I wonder how the ultra-right MAGAs would like that, a gay man as vice president.
Oh my God, and a black woman.
Okay, Ron, let's get the skeletons out of your closet there, buddy.
There we go.
I think people underestimate Kamala. You know, I mean, she's being quiet. She's not really being quiet. She's just doing a lot behind the scenes.
Well, I was very shocked. I had a lot of people write me saying, who's Biden going to choose for his 2024 run as VP? I'm like, Kamala.
Of course.
And everybody thought she was a has-been.
No.
I said, no, he's not going to drop her.
I mean, when Biden was vice president under Obama, he didn't try to take the spotlight off Obama, and she's not trying to take the spotlight off Biden. She's just, you know, doing her job as vice president, and, you know, behind the scenes, she's doing a great job.
Doing a great job.
Not real public about it, as she shouldn't be. But she'll come more public as election rolls around.
Right.
Okay. What happens to Stacey and...
Can you put me on pause 1 second? 1 second.
Give me 1 second here. Okay, we're back. Technical difficulties. Linda dryer.
Technical difficult. My dryer isn't drying good, you guys. That's another big expense.
Isn't it amazing how it happens when we're always doing shows? Something goes wrong, right? Okay. What happens to Stacey in Georgia? Will she run again in 2024?
I'm not feeling it.
I'm not either.
But I always felt her taking some administrative job.
So do I. It could be more appointed or something like that.
It could be. See, here's an offer for a job. So it could be for the new 2024, since she's not running.
Okay. What card did you pull on that?
The King of Cups.
I pulled the High Priestess.
Okay. So it's sort of hidden underneath. There's discussion.
Right, exactly. I think we're discussing it already.
It might even be that when 2024 starts, maybe even the speaker for the president, like the redhead, she got a little burnt out and they might ask Stacey to take that place.
You mean like press secretary?
Yeah. I see Stacey taking the place of someone who stepped down.
I see her standing in front of a dais answering questions. Yes.
Yeah.
So, it
So
could-
we'll see.
absolutely. Okay. Hi, Mel and Linda. When Trump is found guilty of treason, I don't know if it's treason, but for selling secrets to enemy nations, will he be denied a presidential funeral in Washington, D.C.? I don't know if they'll go that far.
A presidential what?
A presidential funeral in Washington, D.C.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, I still see a presidential funeral for him.
I do too, and I'll tell you why, because they don't want a lot of trouble.
Well, but here's what's karmic about it. Not that many people are going to attend.
I feel like they don't want trouble. So it won't be televised. His body may sit in the road someplace for a little bit, but
could you imagine having a presidential funeral and nobody showed up?
they won't put him in like where John Kennedy is and stuff.
No.
He wants like a library with the coffin like Reagan had, but I'm almost seeing him being buried at Mar-a-Lago, but they're going to take Mar-a-Lago back. So that's
Mar-a-Lago back. All of those buildings and Trump Tower in Chicago, which I don't even think he owns, they're going to they have to wait though until he's convicted. But I keep seeing those letters, Trump being taken down. And I'm telling you, it sounds facetious, but they're going to take down the T first and just leave Rump up for 3 or 4 days.
There's a lot of places that are doing it. Let me tell you something else, you guys. Scotland's taking that. They're biting at the bits. They know they can get that legally. They're going to take it from him. That's why he's going so cray-cray. He knows he's losing. He's got the big L right here. You know what I'm saying?
And his name off the ballot in 2 or 3 states, which he'll say, that's why I didn't win. It was illegal. It was another witch hunt. You know, whatever he does.
Yeah.
I'm not doing Lindsey Graham anymore. I'm trying to get Donald Trump. My hair's not right. I got to do that wispy.
It looks fine. What's the weather like there?
Today it's like 45.
Yeah, it's 50s here. It was 37 last night.
Okay. Hold on. Okay. All right. Hi, Linda and Mel. Thanks so much for your lives of service. Thank you. I'm a former this is Charmin 804. I'm a former law enforcement officer. I think our police officers should be police officers, teachers, nurses should be paid the highest on the planet.
Yeah.
I'm a former law enforcement officer and now work with other police departments on their evolution toward organizational change. Good. Please tell me what you see for our future and how I can best be an effective facilitator and supporter in this work. Well, I think a good start would be inclusiveness.
Yeah.
And subconscious racial bias, because that happens.
What is she doing again? In the because I couldn't really hear the words.
She says, please, okay. I'm a former law enforcement officer and now work with police departments on their evolution towards organizational change.
Okay.
Please tell me what you see for our future and how can I best be an effective facilitator and supporter in this work?
Communicating with the public more.
Correct. And inclusive.
You know, even out here, a whole bunch of cops got dismissed from Antioch for doing racial. It's terrible how awful they are.
I know it is.
And it's just some of them. It's not all of them.
And even if you're LGBTQ, they can be pretty brutal. But
yeah.
But you know, I see a lot of that changing. I do. Where police officers, I think what I see here in Illinois anyway, or in Chicago, the psychological test they have to take. And I see that being revamped. So if there's certain.
And maybe even looking closely at their public, like their Facebook and stuff like that.
And at some point, like if there's certain things on that psychological test, I mean, a different psychological test that would better make them better public service officers.
Exactly.
Step away from like the racism, the bigotry, and all that stuff. Okay, Soulshine says, the police officer that was involved in the killing of Breonna Taylor in Louisville had a mistrial. Will he have another trial, and what will be the outcome?
You know, she's come to me several times and she doesn't want us to worry because justice is being done, she said. Brianna,
Right.
she's a beautiful little angel.
I hear justice will be served. That's what I hear.
Justice will be served, but it's like I'm almost seeing like she doesn't want people energetically, because he will pay his dues, trust me. Just like people get mad, is Trump ever going to pay? Trust me, he's going to pay. It's not pretty where he's going.
Yeah, it certainly ain't. Okay, Bluebird says, hi, Mel and Linda, love your show. Thank you. Will the 1% ever be taxed at the same rate as everyone else? And the answer to that is yes. It's just going to.
Yes. Well, I was watching that show last night about the big wigs, you know, like Boeing and the big banker guy, I can't remember his name, and Ford and Chevrolet and all of them. And they were furious at President Roosevelt when he did a 78% tax on them.
Yeah, they didn't like it, right?
Yeah, no. Yeah, they did not like it.
I see a point in time when the mega, not MAGA, when the huge corporations will no longer be able to buy elections or public.
Yeah.
Public.
Yeah.
Or
they put all, and they had DuPont, tons of money, and they put it and they made their own little thing like they do here,
right.
In the United States. But it was like one of the first. They did their little group and millions of dollars against Roosevelt to get him out of office. And they picked their guy. And then that morning they were showing that Roosevelt won by a landslide. Only 2 states didn't vote for him. And they were just, there wasn't a thing they could do.
People loved Roosevelt.
They loved him because it was working.
Exactly. Okay. Soulshine says, do you see any earthquake activity in Southern California anytime in the future? The answer is yes, because it's Southern California.
Mexico, yeah.
But it's not going, down near Baja, but, along the San Andreas Fault, but it's not going to put Southern California in the ocean.
I don't see a quake dropping half of us into the ocean. Not yet.
That's not going to happen. Maybe in 1 million or 2 years, but not now.
Well, I don't know when, but I don't see it happening.
I'm not ready to buy beachfront property in Arizona yet. Okay. All right. I do see quakes, but I'm probably around 5 or 6 on the Richter scale. I mean, but buildings in Southern California, even Northern California, they're not quake proof, but they're made to withstand certain Richter scale earthquakes, I think. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah.
So I'm glad they have those standards. Okay. Kathy Reagans. Hi, Kathy. Hello, lovely Linda and marvelous Auntie Mel. My question is, as mankind evolves toward spirituality and less toward organized religion, do you see traditional holidays like Christmas fading in the background? Well, Christmas Day is really like the holly. I saw a special on YouTube, but it's really cool. The holly was, I think, I forget the religion, but it was to honor the sun god.
Oh.
And that sun god's birthday was supposedly December the 25th.
Okay.
So a lot of things we borrowed from other religions. Like
right.
In the Roman times, there was a big Roman holiday, which was the shortest day of the year, the winter solstice, on December the 21st. And early Christians practiced around that time so they wouldn't get caught, because they persecuted Christians.
Right.
And people think
I still see Christmas, especially for the little kids.
Right.
Although this is a good way for stores to make money.
Of course.
And, even toys are finally going down, because I like to buy a big batch of toys and take it to the firehouse for Toys for Tots.
I do that too.
But like, I gotta say something, because some people were like pissy about Thanksgiving and look what they did to the natives. Thanksgiving was from the 1600s, although Lincoln decided to make it a day of remembrance, of bountifulness, of gathering your family and eating good. But that particular group, there was no bloodshed. There was nothing bad. Everybody got along with everybody. They feasted for many days. They shared their bounty, and it was a wonderful day. Yes, the white men went in and did horrible things to the natives. You know, like I said, my tribes didn't understand what the word "I own this." They didn't understand.
No, they
that.
didn't. Everybody owned it.
Yeah. So
Even
anyway,
Ohio.
but Thanksgiving was based in something that was truly a more loving energy form. So even my tribe celebrates Thanksgiving. So, you know, it's definitely a white man's thing, but it's not something that I feel like, oh, you should be ashamed for even going there. What I am ashamed about is Columbus, because he didn't discover America, and that's a bunch of crap.
He didn't. You know, the thing that it doesn't, well, the thing we need to look at is Thanksgiving. The first Thanksgiving is when they feasted for days. You're right about that.
1600.
It was inclusive. You know, it was, I think, 1690, whatever it was.
And these people just got there. They were just fresh off the boat.
They would,
and nobody was looking at each other like you're worthless, you know.
well, I mean, that first year was tough. They almost starved. And then, you know, they learned from the natives how to grow corn and a lot of things like that and food.
Yeah.
And so, you know, the genuine Americans are the natives, the Native Americans. But, you know, they were inclusive. Everybody got together and had a good time. And I think that's what we can learn about Thanksgiving, that we've lost our inclusiveness and we need to be inclusive.
Right.
We cannot be fascist or bigoted or racist. No.
Yeah.
No room for that. So that's what I try to practice on Thanksgiving.
Right.
All right.
Plus, I love to eat.
Oh, me too. But you know what? I'm not that, I like turkey. I like the drumstick. But we're going to Ohio. And Howard makes the best brisket. Oh my God. I wait all year to have that.
Is it like the crack briskets down in Southern California? They got this place called Crack. It's so good, it's like crack. You got to cook it a certain way.
Oh my God. He starts it the night before and it is addictive. And I always say bring extra because I'm bringing some home.
Yeah. And what do you eat with it?
Well, they usually have, well, what happens is their daughter, she's married to a guy from India. So he's devout Hindu. And so they don't eat meat. So Thanksgiving, we do like vegan. And then the day after, we have the meat.
Oh, okay.
So usually it's like the brisket, the turkey, you know, mashed potatoes, the green beans, you know, the traditional stuff. I don't know what they're making for the vegan day, but that's okay because it's always good. We always, you know, it's like we're family and it's nice to be with them.
Do you cook a turkey separate, like at home or something?
No, well, I can cook turkey, but no, because we go there for Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to my sister's and I purchased a honey ham. Honey ham now has no bone.
Oh,
you can buy the no bone. So I had that. It's been delivered to her house. And then I'll make my famous yams. I love the way my grandmother made it with the brown sugar and marshmallows and you know, green bean. My son loves the green bean casserole and stuff. But I'm making a turkey dinner here too. I'm making grandma's cornbread dressing.
Yum.
And making you know, the fixins.
I might just bypass Ohio and knock on your door.
There you go. Just come on down because we're gonna have honey ham at my sister's, and then I'll have turkey here because we're eating early at my sister's because we got a big football game coming up about 5 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? We do have our priorities.
Well, now she knows.
Hey, screw kumbaya.
Yeah, right.
Get me in front of my TV for the night.
It's a kumbaya. Here's my bell.
You know, I always loved football. My parents never watched football. No regular football. My dad wasn't a connoisseur. But you know, that sound of the football game in the background and the turkey cooking, that brings back good memories for me.
Me too. But you know, my dad and them would go hunting, and I know this is going to sound terrible, and they would go out and get rabbit. And so we'd have the turkey and the dressing, but then we'd also have like a wild game like rabbit or something. It was just the way it was, you know.
Did you like the rabbit?
Yeah, I did actually.
I heard people had. I remember when we were real little, we had quail. It was a little tiny bird, and I remember it was very tasty.
And they would also get squirrels, and so I've eaten
My
it.
dad ate squirrels all the time.
Yeah. I mean, people go, "Ooh," and I'm like, "We grew up in the South. I mean,
Yeah,
it was a way of
my
life."
dad, they used to go out and go squirrel hunting.
Yeah, absolutely. My uncles did too. I don't like to kill anything, so I'm like, yeah, but
Yeah,
and skin it. Oh Lord, no. Anyway, I'm gay. I don't do that. I'll eat it, but I won't.
right. Well, they were talking about why turkey, and you didn't want to kill a chicken because it laid eggs. And what was the other bird? There was another bird that they did, but the turkey was okay because turkey was easy, I guess. I imagine it tasted very gamey back in the day, though.
Probably, but you know, they were plentiful, and you know, they were game birds, and you probably had to cook them forever or soak.
I'm wondering because I know when my boys were little, where we lived, there was a lot of wild turkeys, and I used to say, "Go get my gun. We got supper coming."
How do you say coq au vin? It just means rooster marinated in wine. And it was a French peasant food, actually. They would marinate it in wine and onions and carrots because the wine that marinade
Right.
would make.
Can you put me on pause real quick? So sorry.
Yep, no
So
problem.
sorry.
Hi, more technical difficulties. The dryer guy came.
The dryer guy got here early.
Okay. Hi, Mel and Linda. This is Julie Blank. Can you tell me how we know if we are moving toward being more enlightened and expanding spirituality to a higher dimension? Well, I think by virtue of the stuff we're doing, I think that shows that we're expanding spirituality. But sometimes when I look at people like Donald Trump, I'm wondering if we really are. But
well, he's sort of like a boil. Like in our lives, we've always had these awful people that create chaos, and he's one of those. But that's how we get stronger.
Correct. That's exactly what I was going to say. I think he's put here to remind us not to go down that path, to help us expand spirituality.
And in our suffering, we will see God. So you have the choice. You can either lay flat on the ground with your face in the mud and decide life's not worth living, or you can get up and make a difference. Show love to those around you because it will come back 1,000-fold.
I pulled a card and it was the 10 of Wands, which means that whole Trump struggle will soon be lifted, you know?
Yeah.
The burden gone. When you say, you know, do something loving, what I do every morning when I go to Starbucks and I get my...
Yeah, you always pay for the people behind you.
Do. And you know, it's just something to do that's nice. And I don't think about their politics. I don't think about their religion. I don't think about anything other than pay for the car behind me.
Yeah.
And it's kind of neat.
Imagine cars follow you in, huh? Trying to get behind you in the line.
One followed me down the street and rolled down the window and waved. He wasn't bad looking either. I thought, I go back tomorrow and I'll buy again. That's how I meet my mins.
That's one of your menses.
Okay.
Yeah, I hardly ever go through a drive-thru unless it's McDonald's for something for Jeff.
That's what we're having for lunch today.
McDoodles?
Yeah, I haven't had it.
What do you like from McDoodles?
Chicken sandwich.
Those are good.
I love it.
I tried your Wendy's strawberry salad.
Yes.
Oh my God, it's
Isn't that
delicious.
good? It's amazing.
Yeah. And I love the freezy, you know, those are good.
It's healthy too.
All right, Jack, we know who's here.
Okay, Karen Steiner says, hi, Mel and Linda. What earth changes do you see coming?
The shifting of the earth, it's mostly climate changes. A lot of droughts starting up places that hadn't had a drought before. Do you remember when Georgia had that god-awful drought?
Yes.
They really were running out of water. I see that happening again. It might even be, New Mexico, Arizona. I know Virginia is already having some fires.
I remember when New York State had a drought years ago. They
Did it?
Whatever the table. Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, New York State. Absolutely.
Wow. Yeah, we did in California in the
Yeah, I remember that too.
1980s, I think. Yeah.
In the 60s, I think there
I
was.
just see shifting. I do see earthquakes. I do see that Iceland thing. It's not a huge eruption, but bubbling lava. I just see a lot of airplane turbulence. I don't know why I said that.
It could be from the volcanoes. I think at some point, Haleakala on the island of Maui, which has been dormant for 600 years, is going to have some activity waking
Gonna
up.
have some, yeah, I do see volcanic activity. I do see some earthquakes. Listen, we're gonna have some good flooding here where I am.
Ooh, well, at least it'll be an end to the drought, I guess, right?
Yeah, I got a boat, but I gotta blow it up.
Forget those.
But I do have a boat out there. It cost me an arm and a leg.
Just float away, right? Linda's art.
My fireman friend in Florida, the one that does the coffee, that's so delicious, by the way. He said, his name is John. He showed me what he recommended for me to get a boat, in case there's flooding. And it's one of those fire department rescue boats. It's like $24,000. Oh, hell no, I ain't getting no. I'll take a little baby pool with a paddle. You know what I'm saying?
I'll just call the firemen. They can come and get me out of here.
There you go. Menzies, I'm over here.
Here we is, Mins. Okay. Elephant wildlife. Oh, I love that. I love
that person, by the way. They're very smart. They send me a lot of information that I don't know.
Elephants are amazing. Elephants
are so wise.
Okay. Israeli elections, January 2024. Will Netanyahu be voted out?
Absolutely, beyond a reasonable doubt.
Yay. Now, this one's got numerous, but they're really good. Any chance earlier with no confidence vote? I don't think so. But I see.
They want to, though. They want to.
Oh, they do.
I see him being taken out. I don't even know if they'll wait for the vote. That's my head.
Well,
that's how bad he's hated right now.
We've always seen him taken out, but this whole thing in Gaza's wagged the dog. We know what's going on. And well, I mean, like I keep saying, Putin was behind the whole Iran.
Oh, he was behind that, yeah.
Because they wanted to take the eyes off of Ukraine, but that's not going to work. Okay, so they say 75% of the Israelis are upset, especially since Netanyahu blocked hostage release negotiations this weekend. Because he wants to keep the war going.
So he wants to keep it going. He wants to take over. And let me tell you something else. I don't know if you heard, but Biden and the administration are talking about strings attached to any money they give him.
Oh, there will be. Absolutely.
Because they're already saying he's breaking the rules of war.
He is. And it'll have to go into Ukraine and some of that money. Okay. Yeah. So he says, elephant wildlife. These are really good questions. Ehud Barak or Benny Gantz, possible next prime minister for February, March 2024. I like that Barak name, Ehud Barak or something.
That sounds good.
I think so.
Ask again as we get closer.
Netanyahu will probably pull a Trump. It was rigged,
Don't worry, nobody's going to listen to him.
Okay, so elephants this is really cool. After UN Security Council voted for humanitarian pauses this week, Netanyahu denied them. Doerr, Gazans dying of mass starvation and bombing. 5,000 kids dead and counting. Will Netanyahu's hand be forced to release hostages and let Gaza aid in? And the answer is yes.
Yes. But let me tell you something. I've said this till I'm blue in the face, but on the news, there was a guy who actually worked with Netanyahu back in the Clinton days. He said, let me tell you something about Netanyahu. He never takes advice.
No.
He only does it his way.
So that's how Trump is. They're two alike.
Yeah.
I wrote here, children of the world. And we have to protect the children of the world.
Oh, it's just terrible what these babies are seeing.
Whether they're
They're just
Ukrainian,
babies.
whether they're Ukrainian or Israeli or Palestinian or in the Gaza Strip or Hindu or whatever, we have to protect the children of the world.
I know those poor little Israel children that they shot the dad, killed the father, shot the brother through the eye. He was like 4. The other brother tried to take him, to give him, and he's like, am I dead yet? Am I dead yet? It's terrible.
Yeah, makes you cry. Okay. Madam Texas says, I just want to know if Congress is ever going to do anything to stop Abbott from sending those immigrants to other states. I've heard that New York doesn't have enough money in its budget and is going to be cutting services that people desperately need here. Will they ever send that financial help that Texas received to those other states instead? Since Abbott wants to be sending immigrants to those other states, what do you guys say? Thank you.
Does he get money for having immigrants?
I don't know, but she said, will they ever stop sending the financial that Texas receives to help those other states instead? I see Congress saying, if you're going to ship them out, you're not getting any money.
That's what I was asking. Do they give money to Texas?
Evidently, yes.
Okay. So yeah.
Not going to.
Yeah.
And I see that money appropriated to other states that are helping.
Somebody was telling me, I can't remember who, somebody who studies world events, and they were saying, you won't believe the money United States gives to all these places.
Oh my God, it's amazing how much money.
All these foreign and, all these places that work against us, including Egypt sometimes.
Was huge. Absolutely. Yeah. So I do think Congress will pass some sort of legislations to stop Abbott from sending immigrants to other states, but I see Abbott gone. I see him voted out.
Yay.
Okay, we got time for a couple more, then we're done, right?
Well, we got 2 minutes, right?
Yep. Okay. Hello, Auntie Mel and Linda G. We know Marjorie Taylor Greene won't be voted back in. Curious to know, what do the guides see for her future?
I don't see her not being voted back in.
I see her gone.
But I do think she'll be in trouble for the insurrection.
She will be.
Yeah.
She might even be under indictment at some point.
Yeah.
I've always thought that. Okay. Javier Milei, I think, won Argentina's presidential election. He is sadly Trump-like candidate. How will this go for the Argentinians? Well, they're going to see that they thought he was going to help them a lot, but
he's a nothing burger. He's an ass. He had that saw out there. He's a nobody.
I don't even know if he'll finish out his presidency.
I just see trouble.
So do I. And I see.
But why? Why does Argentina do this all the time?
I see people standing up against him. I mean, he called the Pope a leftist, not a fascist, but a leftist. That's this Pope is a peacemaker. So
yeah,
in a Catholic country, don't go against the Pope.
Oh,
Linda, people are reporting seeing the movement of a lot of military equipment in Colorado and California. Is this for a big exercise? Are they preparing to deploy somewhere like the Middle East? They're getting prepared to deploy if they have to.
Right.
So that's what I picked up. All right.
Hold on 1 second. I'm supposed to be on another show. Yeah, I'm supposed to be on another show at 11.
Oh, okay. So you got to go?
And she's saying, are you on? I'm like, what?
All right.
Okay, so sorry.
No, that's okay. And we have a show tonight too.
We have a show. I'll see you at 4.
All right, sweetie. Well, 6 my time.
Okay, honey.
All right, you take it easy and we'll talk.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye, you guys.